Hello, everybody. Hope everybody's having a great Tuesday evening. I am um, finishing up a few cups of wine, about ready to get in bed, and I wanted to share with you what I've written to my Congress person because um, I think it's a good way to also share information, right? We have to let our no audience know. And then, of course, I also wanted to be a little bit goofy and silly, but I just don't have it in me. It's like every time, like I think, like, and then maybe I can do this or maybe I can do that. It's not going to happen. It's like, eh, I should probably, yeah, just get to the letter. My letter. This is my angry letter to my Congress member Jimmy Gomez. Um, I think that really at the forefront of my mind at this point is my wine. So I'll probably have a drink of that. But also the fact that right now, like the Olympics are kind of a little bit huge. Like the bill, you guys don't get it. Like I think people are sort of just very in their people that don't get sponsored and don't get paid by the people that are sponsoring Olympics don't really have a concept of a larger world. No offense or anything, but right now China is building up a lot of momentum for their own nation and how and what they can do to actually prosper and be like do like the right thing and be good and they're being good world citizens as a nation and that sort of thing. But if you look back, and this is something that I heard before, and this is not to be like vindictive or anything, of course it would actually I think be appropriate if we returned the favor and just said, well, you have certain things that you're keeping from us and you're not necessarily as great world citizens and you can't just, by the way, wash it off with the diamond necklace, okay? You can't hide your affair with the diamond necklace. I've never actually been through that situation, but I can just imagine it kind of might seem that way. Relationships, they're all the same. So, um, so let's kind of think about that. Is why would we want to go to? We have plenty of great Chinese people, whom are citizens or not, working in this country. We don't need to go to China. China needs to make the rest of the world safe and secure. They need to make us feel assured that they are not a threat. Um, and by that it means like the wife, like the wife that is taking notes behind your back all the time because one day she's gonna like sue you in court and like take your kids and like sue you for like except like she can also nuke you and destroy your like everything. So so that's kind of I maybe because I've been through that a few times. Uh, okay, so yeah, I mean, even if I could afford going to China, me like in like the free spirit person I am, if I had the means, I would and knowing what I know, I would totally blow it off and wish every competitor the best, obviously, because you want them to to pursue their passion and keep training and that sort of thing. Um, at the same time, is you don't want it, and is you don't want it to fall on them that things didn't work out. Um, although it would be awesome. Like that would be awesome. It's in China. I don't know, guys, but We're not into coaching here, okay? We don't do like all this like like well, whatever. I didn't do co-parenting. I don't know what you call like codename, whatever. So it's right. That was it, I think. So now I'm just gonna get to the letter, and this is like totally like angry, like my angry letter. Okay, so you have to remember I live in a Democratic run city. So here we go. Dear Mr. Gomez, I have to admit that I thought that you and your new wave of regressive progressives would fail miserably. But the truth is that I was shocked to realize that you actually intend to go out of your way to fail. Wouldn't you agree that it takes a certain kind of a rare twisted mind to be convinced, not to mention convince others, that funding happens by appropriating funds from out of your rear end? Please keep reading. I promise it does not get better. I'm willing to bet that you're living large and that as long as you can throw freebies around, your conscience is clear. Congratulations, you're on your way to full on corruption. Your chief in command is known to boast of selling himself out on deals that Americans will pay for by sacrificing upward mobility and overall quality of life. I mean, on a side note, it's not like that's like, like people don't know that that's what's going to happen. It just happens, right? Who makes statements like, yeah, I prostituted myself when he accepted special interest money. He said, well, a son of a beach. Well, not beach, but because it's a letter, I just left it at beach. They took my bribe. Well, son of a beach, they took my bribe. In reference to the Ukrainians just a few years ago. This is a tiny list, but this is a list that reminds me of like mafia movies. Probably like, I mean, it's like, what? You don't, I, and if you didn't grow up around people like Reagan, I get it. You don't understand what I'm talking about, but you need to go back and listen to, let me just keep reading. A behavioral analyst would say that these comments are conducive to an abusive relationship. Joe gets rich and cleans his hands free by abusing the freedoms of the U.S. citizens who he thinks as minions. Do you consider Joe Biden as innocent? My bet is you couldn't care less, if only to get a piece of that gravy train. I predict that Joe Biden will launch a war against America by the Chinese. He'll be in on it, and we'll get warned ahead of time and escape to safety. In the meantime, Joe is pulling the senior card. You don't have the level of sophistication that it takes to understand these types of animals. As such, you should go back to your third world country. I assure you that while I'm residing in the United States, that I'll honor the vision of this country, share solutions that address complexities due to our diversity, or just take a back seat. But I would never presume myself worthy enough to deprecate this country. Going back to the chalkboard and revalidating it for classrooms and think tanks, not for Kamala Harris to toy with. The Democratic Party is currently disgracing America. Be great. Sincerely yours. Sincerely yours. Sincerely yours, Monique Weezer. Oh my goodness. So this is kind of what I'm talking about, right? Is you start to have these. No? Okay. Maybe it's just me. Anyhow, this letter is very well put together, and I don't know, a little bit of Beaner escaped my tone there, and I don't mind it. I think that it's true. Everything that I said there stands for the exact same thing that anybody whom is territorial, except that maybe the only way that some people would understand it is because it like it's like some East LA neighborhood where it's like East LA Tresse or East LA Tang, so forget you. This is a little bit more like this is the way that these people are still think. they don't think outside of the this is why being a Republican is better, because as a Republican, I'm able to speak to the SS, and I'm able to speak to a larger community. So when my Congress member comes to me and says that he's just gonna pour a whole bunch of pork funding into the community that people are gonna have to pay taxes for, nobody prospers. It's not a good thing. So, you know, my accent, it's not relevant. It's just um, catches me off guard sometimes. But I think I got that out of the way. And that is my hate letter to Jimmy Gomez. Yay, me. Go Republicans. Actually, go anti-abortion. Go anti-abortion. Go people that are pro abortion, like they want abortions. They don't have kids, and the people that do have kids, like they would never admit that they're anti, they just want everybody else to like not have kids. Like, yeah, just don't have kids. Go get an abortion. So you guys are morons and ignorance, and your leader is like somebody like dumbass AOC, whom I don't even know why she's still in office. Ridiculous. Her mentor is Nancy, and that's a total catastrophe. Like that's like the end of their world. Like I think that they're probably gonna go hide in their like big old expensive closets and like cry for decades after like they can't get past the fact that you're just no longer. No abortions. We all want to be the like the good girls. We all want to be the people that want to marry the people that are going to be prosperous and help us prosper and make us prosper, and help the rest of the people, not bitches like you. Okay, so forget that. And oh my god, where's my poodle? Oh, where's my little? Fuck you. Just fucking be real, okay? I'm not your bitch. And you don't have to be mine, but every day it seems that you need to fucking look in the mirror and reconsider. Because Jesus, it's even more than that, I think. And I'm not going to let you use me or anybody that you think lives under you to do your dirt and try and get the blame for everything that you're creating for yourself. You're creating it for yourself. You deal with it. Nobody has to pay for it but you. And innocent young people need to know that you're just some sort of a greedy, out to be famous and popular piece of shit whore that needs to fucking go home. Okay? I think that's really all I have to say for now. I mean, seriously, they so bother me. um, if you had daughters, you would know, but you don't. Unless they're, yeah, fuck that. I'm not even getting into it. Yeah, no, seriously, that's all I had to say. End stream. Bye bye. Bye bye.